You got it all?
Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Ask you, let me know when we're ready.
April, and give me a thumbs up if you can hear us.
Yep.
Okay. You want to try the other camera or no? No. Oh, you got another camera? Try it.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? can't hear you. My sound is not coming through. Can you hear us?
Testing, testing.
So The race review, we're not gonna use this.
Yeah, we'll use the DVD, but they're not gonna, Zoom World is not gonna be able to see what you guys are seeing. Because we just play it on the TV.
Are we going to open now?
Yep, we're gonna close out this deal. Well, no, we have a whole session again.
Oh, we're gonna close out this.
I believe that's the agenda.
Right. No.
Yes, that is correct. We'll take a 15-minute break.
15-minute break to allow staff to set up for this meeting. We can go into the closed session.
Yeah, okay, so we're done, we're going.
Don't go into closed session for the 15-minute break. We'll just do a 15-minute break.
We're doing a 15-minute break to get rid of this.
To get ready for the race review.
After we're done here.
Okay, so let's get in there. Okay. Everyone wants to do.
We need to start the recording.
We have to make a motion to go back into.
Yeah, basically what I'll do is.
This meeting is being recorded.
Honorable Commissioners, I swear and affirm that during the executive session, the matters that were discussed and deliberated were basically those matters on the agenda, specifically the licensing issue regarding the potential sale of SunRay Park to Western Gaming, and no decisions were made. And I understand that the commission would like to entertain the following motion based on those discussions. A motion to approve the sale of SunRay Park to Western Gaming, subject to the later issuance of a racing license, a simulcast license, and a gaming license as done by the New Mexico Gaming Control Board.
We'll make that motion. Second, Petrie.
Roll call the names, please.
Billy Smith,
Yes.
John Buffington,
Yes.
Bob Petrie.
Yes.
All right, and again, that motion passes, and for the folks in the audience, what that will mean is that at a later time, the commission will have another meeting to basically deal with the matter of the issuance of a racing license and a simulcast license to SunRay Park under new ownership. And then obviously, because of the connection between racing and gaming, that will allow the New Mexico Gaming Control Board to conduct its due diligence regarding the possible issuance of a new gaming license, Western Gaming.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you.
And commissioners, do I understand you'd like to take a little break so we can set up for the race review?
Okay.
Or are we ready to go?
Well,
The stewards are not even in here.
Ah, okay. Then we'll take a little break. Let me go get the stewards.
The big stewards. What did I do with my? I've been in more speed than my one.
Young man, get the rest of it. So, John, we have to have another meeting after they give them their license to come down and approve the set.
Maybe we can do it at the meeting.
Oh, yeah. That's February one. It's gonna be weird.
I don't know.
20. Yeah, but they'll have this.
Ain't no different.
Share and all that.
That's all the thing.
Don't have any casino shit. I could get. And the official recordings. minutes, okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
All right, today is February 4th, 2025, and the time is 1:30 p.m. My name is Richard Bustamante. I'm the in-house counsel for the State of New Mexico Racing Commission, and I will be overseeing this race review proceeding. We will now begin in the matter of the race appeal of owners Robert M. Driggers, Dale Ray Driggers, and Ben Lee Ivy Jr. regarding race number 8 that ran on January 16th, 2025 at Sunland Park Racetrack. This race review is pursuant to Commission Rule 15.2.5.14E of the New Mexico Administrative Code. And hearing the race review today are the race review commissioners, Chairman Billy Smith, Vice Chairman John Buffington, and Commissioner Bob Petrie. They will be basically hearing the presentations today and rendering a decision pursuant to Commission Rule 15.2.5.14E1 of the Administrative Code. Notice of the date, time, and place of this hearing was sent to appellants as well as all owners, trainers, and jockeys who have horses in the race at issue, given that the placement of their horses may be affected by the outcomes of this appeal. Those affected parties shall be given a brief opportunity to state their positions to the commission if they'd like to do so. The commissioners shall review the official recording of the race at issue and hear from the appellants, that would be you gentlemen, and their witnesses, if any. Thereafter, the New Mexico Racing Commission stewards will present their cases and question any witnesses they may have. The commission has the right to question all witnesses as well. After the close of the presentation of evidence and the commission's deliberations, pursuant to Rule 15.2.5.14E2 of the Administrative Code, the commission shall state its conclusions as to the merits of the objection and shall render a decision regarding whether to uphold the decision of the Board of Stewards or to overturn the decision of the Board of Stewards and reorganize the finish of the race. The commission advises everybody that the only issues to be addressed are the issues in this appeal and what occurred in the race at issue. I would remind everybody in the audience, please refrain from commenting until you are recognized and permitted to do so. Okay, so we're going to start the hearing. Essentially, let me have all of the parties from both sides state your names. But gentlemen, if you could state your names. Mr. Driggers, let's start with you.
Robert Driggers.
And how are you licensed with the commission?
Robert M. Driggers.
Okay. A license as an owner?
An owner, yes.
Okay, sir?
I'm Ben Ivy, and I'm licensed as an owner.
Okay.
Simon Beachler, licensed as a trainer.
Okay. And sir, Tracy Abraham as your job. Okay, all right. Stewards, please identify yourselves.
Jeff Waxler, state steward.
Verbal state steward.
Okay. And those that will be testifying today, if I could have you raise your right hand. Okay. Do all of you, and afterwards, basically, you will each say, basically, you swear or affirm. Do each of you swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the testimony you're going to give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to the best of your recollection and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Let the record reflect that all the witnesses have been sworn in. Gentlemen, feel free to have a seat. Richard?
There's somebody on the screen that raised their right hand, taking the oath. So I'm gonna allow him to speak and state his name.
Do you stay, gentlemen, do you know?
You need to unmute yourself, sir.
Look,
My name is Mark Miller.
back up.
Yes.
I'm an owner of Gamble Away.
Go ahead, sir. State your name.
Mark Miller. I'm an owner of Gamble Away.
State your name.
Mark Miller.
You got it.
We cannot hear you, sir.
I don't recognize him yet. What he has to say, maybe.
He wouldn't be one of your witnesses?
No,
No?
no.
Okay, then I'm
But
gonna,
I have conferred with an attorney or something, and I don't really have met him face. to
I'm
face.
gonna go ahead and mute this gentleman then, okay?
Well, no.
You know,
Don't
Does it
mute
have a
me.
name underneath?
It doesn't, it just says Zoom user.
Who is?
I'm gonna mute him then. If he's not any
Hello.
of your witnesses.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And gentlemen, which one of you will be presenting to the commission?
Both of those will be, are you talking about all of us or just?
Well, and those are your witnesses, so who's gonna give the presentation as to what you believe occurred?
I think their trainer.
Okay, the trainer?
Okay,
come on, officer.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the writer too.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, basically, gentlemen, Ms. Sarah Lopez will replay the race for you. You can tell her to stop, rewind as you like. You'll feel free to walk up here and you can point out to commission.
I should, you know, we should.
And gentlemen, if you'd like to say something as well.
Yeah, right there.
If you need a pointer stick, that's wrong. Yes, sir. Ready?
And sir, please explain to the commissioners what you feel was done in error and on what basis you argue the finish of the race should have been different than the results reached by the Sunland Park Board of Stewards.
Good to see you all right.
And again, Ms. Lopez will basically play and stop and rewind as you would like, okay? So please proceed, sir.
Get started. Maybe. Ms. Denise, it says this operation is currently prohibited.
Number is your horse that we're about three. That's him, right? Right there, Holy Hank. And the horse that supposedly interfered is on the outside. Which he's just a young colt. He's still learning how to run. He, when he gets to the lead, he gets like this. And you can see where Tracy gets to that point and he asked him on. He did hit him left-handed. But he was daylight in front of the other horse when he did hit him, if you will watch. I don't even think his tail hit him. I think he was clear enough in front of him. And this horse here's he's starting to go the other direction. When Tracy hits him right here, he ducks over, but he's a daylight in front of the other horse. And the other, if you go back to that point where he hits him, watch the 7 horse. The 7 horse is already in front of the 5 horse. So we feel like that it did not affect the outcome of the race because the other horse was dying.
Restarted it.
Which one did they affect? Which one got moved? You got moved down, but what got moved? Ran second or horse ran third?
The horse that ran second.
You want me
See,
to
he's
pause
already at the point of passing the 5 horse. When all this happens, he's going by
Do you want me to pause it or keep going?
you can keep.
Okay.
Right there at the deal.
See, he's a length in front of him. Like I say, I don't even think his tail, but this horse is, he didn't have the chance to, if you'll show the head on, which
Yes.
I think that's what they're going by, because it looks bad, but the head on's like looking in your rear view mirror and, seeing maybe that you're closer than what you know, the one behind you is further behind than it looks in the rear view mirror.
That's the head on.
They may be more or less the rider grandstanding in a way because, I mean, moving over and he moves the horse over, but the horse is already, I'm gonna say finished. He's going the other direction. See, he's already kind of limbering a little bit. And he just barely moves up like that. And to me, it didn't affect the outcome of the race because this horse here's already moving past him. Is there another side view there somewhere?
We can go through these because I only have a
Okay.
pen and a head on.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I don't think there's any way the other horse was going to beat him, you know, even if.
Is this horse run sense?
No, it's not.
I think probably we're waiting for the Red Heathen Mile, which we've nominated already for.
I don't think right.
What they do. I think this is the one that over here that shows. See, when he stands up, he's already daylight in front of him. And I don't think he's gonna clip hill or anything when he's daylight in front of him.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, if you could, that you right there. And when,
Make that left bottom on the big screen.
I don't think you could do that. Sir, sorry. Oh, I went way back. Yes, sir.
if you'll watch the 5-horse, he never switches strides. He's in his right lead. He never switches strides. When that rider pulls him over, he stays in his right lead. If you'll watch. He switches to his right lead here in a second. And watch when we come over in front of him, he never switches strides. he stays in his right lead. Now, I'm not a rider, Tracy is, but when you switch mine over this direction, most of the time he's gonna switch leads to his left lead and then come back. But he never switched leads. If you don't mind. He's got a bad way of swinging that left leg though. He never switched nothing. He just stayed in the same deal. So that goes to show you we were clear of it when everything happened. Or to me, I'm not no.
Also, the 3 jockey of the 5 horse never made any objections. And the trainer of the 5 horse never made any objections as far as we understand and talk to them.
So there, it was just a steward call?
Pardon?
It was a steward?
No. Yeah, the steward called it.
All right, and let's hold off, sir. Commissioners, any questions for Mr. Beechler regarding what you've heard from him? Stuart, any questions for Mr. Beechler based on his presentation here today?
No.
Mr. Beechler, anything to add?
That's other than we just feel like it was didn't cost the other horses the place.
Okay, all right.
Wait,
thank you.
hang on. In the steward synopsis, steward's inquiry was conducted into the actions of the 3 and number 5. In addition, an objection was lodged by the jockey of number 5 against number 3.
Well, I never knew that. I didn't hear that. I wasn't told that.
Accreditation.
Okay, just to clarify that.
Yeah, thank you for telling me that, because that's the first I heard of that. What did you say? Didn't.
He was the one that raised his hand, yeah. Doesn't he have the right to question?
Yeah, well, I was going to turn it over to him, so.
Oh.
Mr. Beechler, anything else? Okay, sir, if you'd like to address the commission regarding what you heard or what you saw in the race, feel free to do so.
Thank you. I'd just like to give the jockey and let him tell his story and from his point of view.
Miller.
Okay. Go ahead and point it out. Get out there with the stick. That was what you
It's pretty explanatory. I mean, it's, yeah, I don't need that. They can see, he, like Mr. Simon was saying, he hadn't run many times and he wheels in the morning. I mean, he don't even want to work in the morning. We got to work him with something, and then he still don't want to go. And I could have been 10 in front of these guys if I wanted, but I choose not to because I know how he is. I was telling Simon, man, he makes me feel like he would, when he gets in front in the race that he wants to wheel. Because he gives you that indication that, he gives you that feeling that, he wants to wheel when he doesn't see nothing in front of him. And probably was my mistake if, I already knew I've been in that situation already, a horse like that. Don't hit him. I was probably better off just throwing the reins at him, and hopefully he got there. And, with that kind of money, kind of got a little over anxious. And when I hit him, he already had in his mind, he was, not focused already. And when I hit him, it just teed him off, really made him mad. And that's when he really got off from underneath me. But I spoke to the rider after that, and I said, man, did I buy? He said, no, I had to do what I had to do. It's my job. He said, I was on a dead horse. My horse had been lugging in. He was hitting left-handed. I said, well, I just wanted to know if I bothered you. I wanted to apologize. So he said, no, you didn't bother me at all. But I didn't think didn't cost the horse. I'm not going to deny that he didn't get in the other lane, but I was clear.
The whole track is a thoroughbred track. There is no lane for a lot of it.
Really, you can clean it. You can go all over.
Well, I choose, I don't like to ride like that.
Well, I know, but
I don't know how to review me, I don't know who is coming up. You know, I mean, I need to keep a straight course just for my protection for things like that, you know, was not intentionally, it was just something that, which I knew that probably, but it's, everything is so fast. As a rider, you gotta be, you know, be clicking and I already knew that, because I've been in that situation before that would happen. It did, it happened. If I think if I wouldn't have been clear, yes, it would have been a you know, a legit claim of body. I would have come down. But I did get in his path, but I was clear. I felt I was clear, you know.
Okay. Honorable Commissioners, any questions for Mr. Hebert or for Mr. Driggers? Stewards, do you have questions for either Mr. Hebert or Mr. Driggers?
I do, for Mr. Hebert. Do you have any idea, can you tell us how far clear you were in front of the source?
No, sir.
Okay.
3 hours, no.
Can you also explain to me, if the horse is in full stride and I'm talking about legs going forward, legs coming back, how clear you have to be in front of a horse behind you that might be also in full stride?
Well, if you really want me to get really technical, I mean, the horse jumped like 29 feet, 27, 29 feet. So, I mean, I know I have to be, I just knew there was nothing around me from side to side. I'm a kind of rider, I don't look behind me. You know, so I don't know what's behind me. I can't tell you that, but I know there was nothing on the side of me, at least a half a length or length. I know there was nothing. I thought I was the way I was, a length, 2 lengths, you know, in front, you know.
Sir, you want to say something else?
Did Tracy get days or fines?
Did what now?
Tracy got days or a phone. We brought Tracy in the following morning and we spoke with him and, we determined that we actually gave you a warning.
Look at his past. Driving violations. One, so we put that in consideration. Talked to you, we asked about your opinion, and we said we'll give you a warning for it. That's what we did.
So did you find the jockey, which would be him? But you took the person away from the owners? Is that right?
Yes.
Did you guys talk to the jockey that objected? We did.
Yes.
We talked about, during what did the jockey say?
Out of, he asked out of what happened, he said that he did it close over into his back. And that's what out of took us.
Crossover in path and interfering are two different things. I mean, do you feel that the 5-horse would have placed? Well, in our opinion, the horse did cross into his path. I'll answer your question. So in our opinion, the horse did come out into the other horse's lane, and although did have to steady his horse. And when I look at the film, and I will show you, they were dangerously close. And it looks to me, in my opinion, that horse lost its momentum and then moved over. And we felt with our subjective opinion that the horse, we could have cost the horse a better price.
Gentlemen, the third, do you want to provide some testimony? Okay. Gentlemen, anything additional that you would like the commissioners to know about the racing question?
Well, I'd like to point out just for one file over here, and it says it dangerously close, but we were all there, sitting there, have no idea that there was even close contact or anything else when we were going down there. But could you go back to where you had the 4 screens?
Go to the 4 screens, yes. Where did it go?
Stop it when, okay, not yet, but okay. Where he gets in front of him there, you can stop it.
So close. You can have it.
Okay,
Yeah, small.
this shows that he's right in front and he hops up a little bit. This horse was tired. He was already done with the race at that time. If you look at it from this point of view, this is the horse here and this is the 5-horse. In this view, there's a big gap there that shows right there in that film or that frame. In my opinion, that's what it looks like on when we're doing the race. It wasn't very close. He thinks it's very close. I thought it was a length and a half to 2 lengths difference on the whole thing.
If I may, the horse that was allegedly interfered with was done. He was not going to outrun on board. And I think he was done. He was done. And, I just think the call I think it was unnecessary.
Commissioners, any questions for any of the appellants? Okay. Honorable Stewards, any questions for any of the witnesses you just heard from? No. Okay. All right. Gentlemen, feel free to have a seat. Ms. Chavez has advised that we have a gentleman by the name of Mark Miller, who's attending by Zoom, who would like to address the commission, and maybe that's the gentleman who raised his hands initially on the.
What's his name?
Mark Miller.
Martin Miller.
Martin Miller.
I got a son-in-law named Mark Miller.
Smaller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Miller. Can you please state what your relation is to this race?
I'm the owner of Staples and partner with Gregory Campbell horses.
Mr. Miller, were you the individual that had raised your hand when we were issuing the oath?
Yes, I was.
Okay, and I remind you that you are under oath. And feel free to make the statement that you'd like to the commissioners.
Okay, I think that the jury's made the correct decision of disqualifying the gamble representative. Jockey on only hits him twice on the left side where he comes into Gambleaway's path, and we had to alter our path and lost all momentum. And this could have caused harm to the jockey and the horse if they would have clipped heels. And that's all I have to say about that. I thought the stewards did the right thing.
Honorable commissioners, any questions for Mr. Miller?
None.
Okay. Stewards, any questions for Mr. Miller?
Yeah, this has been, do you have a relationship with that 5-horse?
Yes, I'm a 75% owner of Gambleaway.
Okay, thank you.
And honorable stewards, any questions for Mr. Miller?
I do not.
Okay. Mr. Miller, anything additional to say?
No, that was all I had to say.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Okay. Now having heard from the appellants, honorable commissioners, now is the opportunity for the steward to explain to the commissioners what led to their decision and the basis for their decision. So, Steward Waxer, please proceed.
Before I go, we play this quad all the way through the end.
All the way, okay,
All the way
do you want me
to-
to start from the beginning all the way?
No.
Okay,
I'm looking for the pan shot specifically,
okay,
not a quarter of it.
okay. I think the pan shot was the first one, but let me see.
Sir, so of course, you can walk up there, there's a pointer there.
All right, Honorable Chairman and fellow commissioners, my name is Jeff Waxler. And I'm representing the stewards here. This particular race, the eighth race on the 16th of February. We had an inquiry on, I'm sorry, we had an inquiry on Holy Hank and the other horse Gambling Away in the 5. In addition, an objection was lodged by the jockey Aldo Arboleta on the 5. And we looked at this race and the 5 has come over into the path of Gamble Away. And this is what we based our this is what we based our decision on, which is when the way is clear on the race, the horse may be ridden to any part of the course. But if the horse swerves or is ridden to either side so as to interfere, and we feel that this horse interfered with Gamble Away. If this horse is ridden to either side so as to interfere with, impede, or intimidate any other horse, it is a foul. That's 15.2.513. Post to finish, it's E3A. In addition, 3B states that the offending horse may be disqualified if, in the opinion of the stewards, the foul altered the finish of the race. When I looked at this film,
Go ahead and play.
is this the, if this
Yes,
is the
pan.
pan, yes. I'm going to show you where the 5 does come very close, excuse me, where Holy Hank comes into the path of the 5. This is Holy Hank, the eventual winner. This is the 5. I'm going to have you run it through, and then I'm going to have you back it up. Crossed over here, that's the point of the incident, the foul. Go ahead and back it up. You can go. You're almost there.
Right there, that's where you want to stop?
No. That's select here, right? Right. Run it through until we get to come around and turn. Can you go slow? The horse does come in front of him. You're gonna see, although steady his horse is gonna come up. We feel that that causes momentum. He's then gonna go over, but if you look, when we stop the film here, you're gonna see how close they really were. Moment where he pops up, I'll have you stop it.
It's ready to go over now.
They let it in, or you say?
Mind you, my point is, you got a horse in full stride here, and you got a horse in stride here. When he crosses over, they're a lot closer than you think you know. So when we look here,
Yeah, but our horse was going forward.
Sir,
okay, stop. Thank you. Stop it right there.
That's clear.
And I would go another frame. Yes. One more. So he's already starting to come up. So back it up about 2 frames. One more. One more. Stop it. It's the next frame forward.
Next one forward.
Mhm.
Okay. There.
One more. His back leg is extended. I want you to stop it. There. Now, go back to the rule. Which states when the way is clear, a horse may be ridden to any part of the course, but if the horse swerves or is ridden to either side so as to interfere with. That's what we're talking about. Impede or intimidate. So this, we believe that this was a form of interference. And this jockey is now altering his course. He studied the horse and we don't know how much momentum he's lost, but he's going to lose momentum as a result of that. They're dangerously close here.
Seventh is one of the last two, right? Right.
That, well, hard to tell. Well, you're looking at it head on. So if you come over here, I don't know. You're looking at it from the distorted angle. It's close. And if we watch it,
How many races do you guys watch a year?
over 1900, 2000.
Would you call that? Would you call that in every race? I mean, was this race money race? Was there big money in this race?
90,000.
Ninety
Would this
thousand.
get called, I mean, I don't want, I'm not saying I'm making a decision, but it's hard for me to imagine that I've watched thousands of races. And this looked like a clean race to me. Yeah, look at it. I mean, I've seen bump, crap each other, knock each other over, and they just go on and, no call, but
With all respect, sir,
wait,
I've watched, I'm sure you've watched more races than me, if that's what, I'm not gonna dispute that. But in our opinion, this was a foul. And in our opinion, this cost, this horse lost its momentum. That's what we base our decision on.
he looked, he was losing his momentum. This is just my opinion. The horse, every jump was getting further in front. The three horse. That's my opinion. Whatever, you got that?
Can we go to the shot?
Yeah.
Go to the side shot.
The side shot or the front view?
Not the front, the side shot.
This is the side
Okay,
shot.
keep going.
Okay,
Back up and let it go in full time.
okay.
Not way up. I mean, not way up. So we'll turn it up. Right there, that's good.
Stop, sorry.
That's good too, right there.
Things sensitive.
Yes. We watched the whole.
Yeah, just,
Okay.
let's watch it.
He was dead on, he wouldn't have.
Gentlemen, please. Is there anything additional?
No.
Commissioners, excuse me, any questions for Steward Wax?
It had been an overnight race when he made that call.
I would have made the same call.
Gentlemen, any questions for Steward Waxler?
Yeah, I don't know if this is relevant or not, but you two were there, you were the stewards that day,
And including another, including another,
and you had, I don't know,
yes.
yeah,
We have substitute steward that day, Lisa Johnson.
did she accredited and all that?
No, she's not, but we,
Let me. Go in here and I'll show it to you. Appointment of a substitute steward should any steward be absent to an emergency,
He was there.
which Violet Smith was supposed to be there for us, but she had emergency surgery, so we had to have a substitute steward. Emergency or prolonged, they can see the executive director or the presiding substitute steward. If the substitute steward is appointed, the decision in the association shall be notified of the director or any regional commissioner are prohibited from serving as a substitute steward. So, yes, so that's where that rule comes in. So, yes, she could fill in for it.
So even though she may not be accredited.
correct.
Doesn't say accreditation in there, it says steward.
Was the opinion unanimous?
Yes.
Gentlemen, any other questions for Steward Wexler?
One second, no,
Okay, all right.
I don't know, I have some information about the stewards. In here, saying steward accredited citations, so statute. And it says about how they're supposed to be accredited in Rule 52.38. Eight must be accredited and current on their continuing education requirements. And so it looks like you have to have three of them, right?
I think you read the rules there.
I did. I read what I read to you in the same section. And this is number 8, appointment of a substitute steward. And this gives us the authority to, if the need to have somebody up there in an emergency, that gives the commission permission.
And let me stop, because let me remind everybody that the only issues of relevance here are what occurred in the race, not what occurred in the steward stand. So we're gonna move on from that, sir.
Okay.
Any other questions for Steward Waxler?
Just in your opinion, one more question for you. What was the distance, would you speculate, that our horse was in front of that 5-horse?
At that time, I'd say a length and a quarter. That's why I was trying to determine when a horse is in full stride with the hind legs back and the other horse with the front legs forward, whatever that is. In my opinion, I'd say that's a quarter of length.
Okay, well, I disagree.
So you said he was ahead of
And then,
a length and
Correct.
and so, you know,
Sir, you'll have the opportunity to address at a later time.
Okay.
Steward, verbal, do you have a presentation to make to the commissioners? Okay. Steward Waxler, feel free to make your closing argument or make additional points if you like.
I need to. My closing argument is we stand by our decision here. I believe we did the right thing.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Stuart. Gentlemen, you'll have, this is the opportunity now. The time for questioning is over. This is your opportunity to basically make your closing argument regarding your position to the commissioners. So please proceed, sir.
Okay. Just wanted to see, our horse looked like he was going farther and farther distance between that and the 5-horse. And the 5-horse looks like he was already starting to play out. And we feel that he was very much ahead of that horse, which should not have changed the outcome of this race. That's what we feel like happened here.
Thank you.
And sir, if you'd like to make the closing statement?
Sometimes you gotta just let them run, you know? I've seen a lot more things happen that never got called. Fortunately, it was that never got called. I've seen quarter horses run down there and another come out there a little bit, and he goes like that. Well, you can't take the court down for that. I've seen quarter horses run by, quarter horses fast, intimidated them, made them jump. And I don't see, I get you. You're saying it's a amount of intimidation here. Anyway, that might be.
All right. Okay. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Honorable stewards, thank you very much. This will basically close out the hearing portion of this race review. Essentially, what's going to happen, gentlemen, is that, ladies and gentlemen, my apologies, is the commission will entertain a motion to go into executive closed session. They will deliberate what they've heard today regarding this race review appeal. And then we will call everybody in such that the commissioners can announce their decision. That decision will then be committed to writing. Okay. So, Commissioner Buffington.
So that happened today?
Yes, sir. Okay, I move that the commission enter into executive session to discuss pending litigation, licensing matters, and for deliberations in connection with legal proceedings as identified under item number 7 of the agenda in accordance with NMSA 1978, sections 10-15-1H, 1, 3, and 7 of the Open Meetings Act.
Second, Petrie. Roll call, Denise, please.
Billy Smith,
Yes.
John Buffington,
Yes.
Bob Petrie.
Yes.
I'm not gonna have everybody exit the hearing room. Feel free to stay out in the lobby and Okay, we are back on the record, in the matter of the race appeal of owners Robert M. Driggers, Del Ray Driggers, and Ben Lee Ivy Jr. Regarding the Sunland Park Board of Stewards decision for race number 8 that ran on January 16th, 2025 at Sunland Park Racetrack. Hereby swear and affirm that during the closed executive session, that the only matters that were discussed and deliberated were the presentations regarding the race review that I just identified. And honorable commissioners, based on your deliberations, I understand that you would like to entertain a motion to reverse the Board of Stewards decision on the basis that based on your presentations and view of the race, as well as the rules of the commission regarding the running of the race, the horse number 3, Holy Hank, was clear when it changed lanes such that it did not alter the finish of the race for horse number 5, Gambling Away. And along with that decision, essentially, any prizes such as belt buckles or trophies or things like that need to be returned to the commission offices by the initial first place finisher. And gentlemen, that decision will be put into writing and it will be sent to all of you folks. And it'll have the rationale basically that I just explained. So, honorable commissioners, with that motion, do we have a second?
Second that.
I think Commissioner Buffington made the motion.
Second, Petrie.
Thank you.
These roll call, please.
Billy Smith,
Yes.
John Buffington,
Yes.
Bob Petrie,
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you all.
Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you all very much. for-
The recording has stopped.
For all the stuff. Thank you. Thank you guys for